Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to vidIQ, where today we are taking a look at your YouTube channels. Yes, there are 2 forms down below. You've been submitting to those forms, and we've been picking your channels. And now we are going to potentially review them. It could be yours. I'm putting up a poll right now if I seem distracted. Is this your first vidIQ live stream? I always ask this because it's always fascinating to see how many people are here for the very first time. If you're not new here, you're probably like, gosh, these guys repeat themselves a whole lot. Well, live streaming tip for you. It's good to always welcome in the new people. And that includes videos as well. If you make a video and someone new who's never watched you before watches, you got to keep them in mind. And that's what we like to do. And this poll helps us. It helps you understand even channels like ours can get brand new viewers on a live stream every single week. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not alone. Rob's here as well. Rob?
Hey, everybody. Let's press some buttons and see if they work this week. Yay! Hello, creators, fellow members of the vidIQ family. Yes, even if you are new here, you have been adopted into our tribe, at least for the next couple of hours, as we share our knowledge, wisdom, passion, maybe a little bit of entertainment along the way. As your host, the amazing, if I face the right way, the amazing Dan will be guiding us through what you've offered us as tribute this week.
Yes, very brave of you to fill out this form. You have no idea. No idea what could happen to your channels if they get pulled up, but who knows? All right, well, let's see. We need to give you the intro as to how this works, because there are quite a few new people. 54% said no, they're not new, which means everybody else who's voted otherwise is new. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the math right now. Oh, we got some funky new backgrounds.
Yeah, I was playing around with them last week, and I forgot to mention, Dan, that we got a few. So this is the purple and the blue, and then if we want to go extreme, like, this is a fire channel or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll remember to switch the backgrounds, or maybe we'll completely forget. I don't know.
All right. Well, enough being distracted by buttons. I'm going to go ahead and play this intro for you. So if you're brand new here, like so many of you are, this is how it works every single week.
Welcome back, creator. Here we go again. This is your weekly YouTube channel audit live stream. All you need to do is use the correct link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll consider your channel for review. That's right, channel reviews are free, but you can send us a super chat and watch us discuss your question live on air. You can get a channel audit anytime you want by downloading vidIQ and asking our AI coach to give you one. Or take your channel to the next level with one-on-one coaching for your channel from a human coach here at vidIQ. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We will share with you our knowledge, experience, and passion as fellow YouTube creators. I want to do a quick shout out to all of our moderators who do an awesome job on the live stream every single week. You know who you are. And with the introductions done, it's over to you. What channels have you brought us this week?
All right. Now, a couple quick things before we get started. You may see some super chats pop up, or you may give us a super chat at some point, but it's just important to note, super chats do not buy you channel reviews. However, we have a couple of moments throughout the stream where we'll answer your super chat YouTube related questions if you choose to send those in. Certainly not required to do so. They support the channel and everything we do, but you don't have to feel obligated. This is absolutely free, and that's why we don't accept super chats for channel audits. And then, of course, as a quick reminder, a lot of you know we are trying to beat the Ford Motor Company in subscribers, and we are on our way. They are at 2.39 million, and we have about 1.8 million. So if you could hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. Let's bury them. Let's crush them.
I like this new feature, Dan. Are we going to pick a new channel every single week that we're trying to crush?
I think
amazing stuff.
We should just pester them until we beat them, and then pick somebody else.
Very good, very good.
It was not easy to find a well-known brand with the right amount of subscribers. So I spent more time than I'm willing to admit trying to find the perfect brand. But there we go. Please help us beat Ford.
That will be on my LinkedIn purge, Dan, as soon as it happens. Like Rob Wilson at vidIQ, bigger than Ford.
Yep.
I just want to give a quick shout out to a box-ish gamer who loves the yellow background. Also, Mixie, who says new background looks sick, but I don't know if it means sick like cool or sick like
I knew you were going to do it.
We'll just have to wait and see. And we always do like a quick subscriber check on the vidIQ channel. I've got a screen working and this camera working temporarily. So we're at 1,832,983 subscribers. So we should pass 1,833,000 during this live stream. Thank you, everybody. We're still hoping to hit 2 million by the end of the year, and you can help us get there, as well as us helping you with your channels.
Yeah, we have a pretty high benchmark here, but I know you can do it. All right. So with all of that out of the way, Rob, are you ready to see our first channel?
I so certainly am down with this appropriate sound effect.
Yes, I didn't click it fast enough. The Barndo family, they have 80 subscribers, 109 videos to their name, and they are, I believe, a homesteading channel or family channel or both, a family that has a homestead. I only say that because like the garden bed and stuff like that. That was my first take, but what are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm getting a similar homesteading vibe. The one question I would have is who's running the channel? Is it the whole family, or is it just a young creator who we see in this single thumbnail at the top that's driving the channel? I mean, that's cool. I guess it would help me to understand the potential target audience, because if it's a younger creator, then I would assume naturally it tends to be trying to appeal to a younger audience. And that may create some interesting challenges. But we can see here that I think, oh, is that on a tripod or not? I'm wondering if he's having help being filmed here, or this is like all just solo work.
It's hard to say.
I think it's on a tripod, isn't it? I thought for a second that he was maybe getting some help with his filming. But hey, the ingenuity, the passion, the effort, the editing that's all going in here, like, this is all cool to see from the creator.
This person is going to have so many skills by the time they hit adulthood. This is ridiculous. Like, look, like there's already camera presence. Look how quickly we went from intro to actual content. Okay. They already have like a lot of the YouTube fundamentals down, and they're using their unique skill sets and unique circumstances in life. They have obviously a very big, property with a lot of things they can get their hands on. And they're like making a focused YouTube channel. And like, it seems like woodworking, like how to make things out of, different types of wood or planks or leftover materials you have. Like, there's so much going on that's right here. And this channel, like as time goes on, as they continue to hone their craft, I mean, this could easily be like a 1 million subscriber channel in the future if they keep going.
I would certainly agree with that. I'm gonna safely say that I am at least twice the age of this creator, and I do not have the skills that you can see on this video now.
So here, I'm intimidated.
When the apocalypse happens, this person is set.
Yeah, you will not.
We are doomed. But this creator is going to still have a channel to run, which is fantastic. I guess the one question we have to ask is the appeal of the content. Because if you look at the title, just the title by itself, Dan, right? Making black walnut spatulas. Is that a really exciting and interesting topic that's going to appeal to a broad audience? And that might be the challenge for this creator. Like, it's almost as if they're being like too humble. Like the ideas aren't broad enough or ambitious enough to grab a broad audience from where they're currently at. But that will come in time. I don't want to try and hold this creator back from the clear creativity that they have every looks as if they're at least making one video a week at the moment. But yes, you are right. Everybody does need spatulas at some point in their life.
With this, I would say what they should have done is done a before and after of like them holding maybe the plank and then like an arrow pointing to what it becomes, something to give you the idea that, oh, I'm going to do a complete transformation. Like, this is something I'm going to make with my hands. Because right now it says making black walnut spatulas, but for all we know, you got a spatula at the store and you kind of like, use different dyes or whatever people do with wood. Sorry. And you made them look like this. These could already be like pre-made for all we know. But no, we see very clearly in the video, you are like actively making something, So there is a lot of impressive work going on here. And yeah, as Rob's saying, it's like, this is a bit humble. Like, think about what you're actually doing. And you're making a household item everybody knows about, which is also a good place to be. So, yeah, that is definitely the packaging of these videos is what kind of needs a little more practice. And if we look here, making a carpenter bee trap, there's so much more story being told here. Like you got the trap, you pointing at it like I'm making this, like I'm going to build this. It looks homemade, and it looks like this video got more views. It paid off.
And if we were just gonna critique the thumbnails a little bit, I think the saturation / brightness / contrast could be played around with a little bit to make them pop. And right now, the text, put simply, just isn't working for me on some of these. Top right-hand corner, I think it says planting carrots, but you can barely read it. The green on yellow text, not only is it a bit, but it's also difficult to read as well. And when you have the easy text, that gives me like a Star Trek font vibe.
Yeah.
When this isn't kind of like a tech channel, a futuristic thing. It's more like going back to your roots and being able to build stuff with your hands as opposed to using technology. So again, just the pitching isn't right. But I think at this point, Dan, we don't want to inhibit the creators' just passion for the craft of making video content and the upskilling that we see both in their own skills, be it the homesteading, and then also the video content creation skills. So, I kind of want to encourage this creator, like you're starting at a brilliant age. You've got so much time ahead of you to craft the things like the pitch and the marketing and the content. Just enjoy making videos without the pressure of a big audience at the moment.
Yeah. So, hey, congrats. You're about to hit 100 subscribers, probably here pretty soon. So congratulations to you and keep it up. The first gaming channel we're looking at today is called BillMeGamer. Excuse me. They have almost as many subscribers as videos, and they have a Minecraft channel. So when I saw this, I felt like there was a lot to dig into just with like the thumbnails and pitch alone, similar to the channel we just saw. For one, it is a Minecraft channel. We've all seen Minecraft channels around YouTube before. Very, very competitive space. However, we're not doing the traditional Let's Plays, at least not all the time. There's some of that going on here, but they're also trying some different things. Like the latest video, for example, is I Mined a Mountain with Fortune 3, episode 8. So episode 8 implies that they are like still doing a Let's Play, but now they're focused on like, okay, what did I do in this episode? Which is something I always advise. Like I think that's
good.
A really good place.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I used to say you don't need episode numbers. I've kind of turned my opinion on that. I think if this is part of a chronological series and you have a world in Minecraft that you're building up over time, people probably would like to know that, like, this is part of the series and you can see it from the beginning and you can watch it all build up over time. So episode 8, and especially because it's so small at the end of the title, I think that's fine. What really needs a little bit of work here are the thumbnails, because I will say, having played Minecraft, unless there's been, and there have been a lot of updates since I played, but unless an update changed the way enchanting works, Fortune 3 on a pickaxe is not like super impressive, because Fortune 3 is, I don't even think that's the highest level. And again, it could have changed. But from what I remember, I think you can go even higher. But that's fine, even if I'm wrong. The pickaxe, the way it is, it's not a Minecraft pickaxe, and so you've kind of used like a PNG of a pickaxe, and it's hard to see on the background. I think there's plenty of images out there of Minecraft pickaxes you probably could have used to kind of make this point, and then you could have had Fortune 3 on there as text. And then the other thing is that the context is a bit difficult. So I see that you're trying to show people how tall the mountain is by saying 6 blocks by 6 blocks, and it's very tall, but the background isn't doing it any favors at all. You have a lot of different colors. You have the white mountains over here with snow on them. You have the blue sky, and then you have more stuff in the background that's making the structure itself blend into the environment in a way that isn't making it stand out like we would want to see on a thumbnail. So using, say, like Photoshop, they have some tools now, AI tools, that lets you like literally just tell it like, hey, get rid of these trees, get rid of this mountain. Like you could have probably made a much cleaner looking background. And then you want to boost the saturation and brightness like we advised the other channel. And then I still think the tower itself could have been presented in a way that makes it fit the thumbnail a little bit better. And I'm still missing the why. It's like, why did you mine this mountain? You know, Fortune 3 pickaxe. So you're probably trying to get a lot of materials, I guess, but it's kind of like, how did this even, this is not a naturally forming structure. So there's a bit of the story, and I'm not sure how to advise on this, but a bit of the story is missing, and that's where I think the pitch kind of like really gets confusing. Even with like the perfect thumbnail, I'm still like, okay, I guess, and that's something to work on too. It's like I mined a mountain with Fortune 3 to find this, you know, or something you imply that like the result was unexpected or something like that.
I think we can take
the latest video.
The episode 6 video as somewhat of an inspiration, Dan, because there are maybe some form of jeopardy or stakes are raised in the title. This build will change my world forever, so that's like a big claim. But also the thumbnail says my scariest build, so there was some jeopardy there. Now, there's still work to be done on that thumbnail because the arrow points to something that I cannot distinguish.
It needs a clean background. Yeah.
So yeah, the thumbnails need a reduction in elements, I would say, and definite separation between foreground and background. And as you say, if you look at a lot of Minecraft thumbnails, it tends to be green to signify the ground, blue to indicate the sky, and then the object kind of pierces through that background. Or these where you can clearly see that there's like one or two elements that your eye is drawn towards. So just taking inspiration from the Minecraft world will certainly help this creator. But yeah, going back to the broader topic of Minecraft, you're right, Dan. It looks like there are Let's Play elements, but they are trying to create a story or a self-contained event in each video, which is great, and we want to see more of that. One thing that I was brought up as a good point, but now I've lost a comment. I do hate it when StreamYard, you kind of want to stop it on a comment, but then it just disappears and goes off. Somebody just basically said, you know, Minecraft is very competitive, which is, of course, very true. And all Minecraft creators have to try and determine what is their unique value proposition. And sometimes we can see it really clearly in channels. Hopefully we'll see that maybe in a future gaming channel where we can say, look, this is a clear through line on thread. We know what's going on here. And I've just not seen that yet from this creator. But yeah, as you rightly pointed out, Dan, 25 videos, 25 subscribers roughly. They're not in the pit of 10 views or less on all of his. Some videos are suffering from that, but some videos are hitting the hundreds and the dozens, which is encouraging.
Yeah. The last thing I wanted to check on this channel were the actual like intros and things like that. I'm noticing the length of these videos very, very long. And for Minecraft Let's Plays, I'm not used to seeing them quite this long.
Oh, really? How long do you usually expect?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
25 tops maybe.
Yeah.
I think these could be well edited and it could make sense. If your video needs to be 40 minutes to tell the story, then great. You know, that's awesome. But I'm wondering how the edits go here. So I'm just going to click the latest one and see how it kind of like goes for a minute.
Okie dokie.
This is the reason you clicked on this video, and I have been wanting to do this for so very long. We are going to be fortune mining, Fortune 3 mining all of these ores, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. Look at this. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 5, Fortune 3. I have 0 XP. We're also going to see how much XP I can get from it. So let's start the montage and get right in.
Let's start the montage.
Okay, so it's sped up. There is editing going on. So this could very well be like a fully edited 42-minute video. Looks like a lot happens just as I scrub through. So that's good. It's just there's a saying in editing. I think Hayden Hillier-Smith was the one that told everybody this. Kill your darlings, right? Like don't leave stuff in there just for the sake of leaving it. Like sometimes you really like something, but for the sake of retention, maybe it doesn't make it into the final cut of the video. So I encourage you to look at your retention graph, and this is for anybody, and see, hey, are there like specific areas of my videos where people tend to drop off? Like maybe your video kind of just drags in a spot and you're not thinking about it in the moment. And then you upload the video and you see, wow, about like the 20-minute mark, a lot of people drop off. What happened? What did I say that indicated the video was over? And sometimes it's pretty clear, like, oh, I kind of used some words that made it sound like I was ending the video. Or sometimes you're like, oh, I did kind of like say, hey, this is going to be a really long and boring process, but here we go. And people are like, I have 20 minutes of this video left. I don't want to see a long and boring process. And they clicked off. So it's important to study your retention graph and try and like get in the mind of your viewers sometimes to see, hey, are like 42-minute videos the way to go? But look at your analytics, because you can definitely answer that question for yourself.
All right, let's hijack this live stream off you, Dan, for a few moments, because I do like to ask this question after our first 2 channel audits, which is the self-indulgent gaming / your interest corner. I've kind of expanded the scope of this. So for a lot of you, the question is going to be, what video game have you been playing over the last 7 days, and rank your enjoyment of it in the real world sense of ranking, where 10 of 10 is best, not 1 of 10, as you do a YouTube ranking. So Dan, I'm going to throw it over to you. Tell me what game you've been playing. I will pick some comments from people who are playing games such as Crosshair. So that's like a perfect alignment of channel name versus what they're playing.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone. Dan, what have you been playing?
I'm back in No Man's Sky again. I've been salvaging ships, because you can build your own ships now. So that's what I've been doing.
You keep going back. That is like your go-to fallback game at the moment, isn't it?
It's one of them. Yeah, I have
Every
like a few.
months.
Yeah, I have a few, and that's one of them. It's important for everybody here, by the way, who you're like, well, what about channel reviews? Like, take a break. Take a break sometimes. It's really, really important to recharge your creative batteries. If you're not playing a game, what are you doing? Are you hiking? Are you know, do you like to go to the gym? Do you do what is your way of unplugging from YouTube? Let us know.
So I'm gonna say I did that this week, Dan, and you're gonna get really excited by what I'm gonna say here.
Okay.
I finally got round to watching Severance.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that you hadn't seen that.
So you've been recommending me this television program for years at this point. Well, maybe for the last year. And folks, you know, if you've been watching TV, do let us know in the chat. And so here's my assessment, Dan.
Okay.
Come closer, everybody. Gather around. Yeah, it was all right.
Did you finish it?
It was all right.
What the heck?
So
it's the best show I've ever seen. Ever.
It is a slow television series. Like, not much happens for long periods of time, but it managed to just keep us watching all the way through until the end. And yes, Dan, I will admit that it is left on quite a big cliffhanger. I'll grant you that, but it took 9 hours of television to get there.
So good though.
It is not enough to renew my Apple subscription to watch season 2, at least for now.
What's cool
that's
about
what
it
I've been watching
is that the slow burn allows them to build the characters in a world that's really stark. Like, these people work in a building with like nothing in it, and it takes time to like get to know these characters. I thought they did a fantastic job. I loved it. I loved every minute of that show.
Yeah, I can see it being like, if you continue to invest, you will get a big payoff. A bit like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Like, you do need to watch and just be patient when everybody says, oh, it gets better, it gets better. But with Severance, with only 1 season, I haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I'm tortured by the lack of season 2, but we'll get it. Come on, Ben Stiller, let's go. Cool. So thank you for sharing your experiences. Hopefully you are taking breaks from YouTube. What happened?
I just missed it. We just missed 181 million. That number, I can't even say it. This one. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I think that's the magic of everyone getting together to try and crush a major brand, in this case, Ford Motor Company. So thank you all. We're one step closer now to completely burying this company and doing better at them. And not only YouTube, but probably building cars too, honestly.
Dear. I'm curious, what's their most popular video?
Let's see, videos. I won't go to shorts yet. Popular. 8.8 million views. Extreme testing, Ford bedliners, accessory.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, bedliners.
And how many views has the channel got total?
Let's go into
You got to be about section.
2.39 million subscribers.
No, subscribers. Well done.
86 million.
We got more views than them. Can say that much.
There we go. Yeah. Get wrecked, Ford. Not literally. don't hurt anybody.
Take your Model T and shove it on a road.
Their most popular short is 29,000 views.
Oh my goodness, that's pathetic.
Maybe they should watch this live stream.
You need better influencers on your channel.
Yeah, this is our new rival, by the way, and we're trying to beat them. Okay, so Theme of Evolution is our next channel. Rob, I believe you picked this one.
I did, because I thought this was a really good illustration of a channel that has a unique through line, which allows them to travel through the world of, I guess, what would you call it? Marvel, DC, comic universe of all characters. Each of their videos is pitched as the evolution of a particular character in a franchise, be it Spider-Man, Madam Web, we've got Aquaman, Star-Lord. So the crossing over the, I guess, brutal divide. Like are you either a DC fan or a Marvel fan? Well, for this creator, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna cover them both, and I've just not seen this style before, and it's like a repeatable format. Like the thumbnails are very similar, showing the evolution of a character left to right, and then the text can be effective and easy to use. So I applaud the creator for that approach, and like that's where I'd like you to just chime in quickly, Dan, about your thoughts on this, given that we've covered many of these movie, TV channels and like looking at comic book interests, and we can see immediately what the creator is trying to do here with their content.
I like this a lot in the sense that like I'll jump into a comic book like movie franchise, for example, knowing that these characters have like a long history of being in television and movies over the years, but I'm not going to go back and watch, you know, the old Batman show or whatever. So it's cool to see like, you know, the evolution of Bruce Wayne. And I like that they tried Grand Theft Auto as well, which is pretty cool. And you can kind of see that like, oh yeah, this could go in a lot of directions. It doesn't have to be superheroes, but that does seem to be the bread and butter. Evolution of Star-Lord. This is really creative. We've seen, like you said, a lot of channels that cover this space, but I love that they've tried to bring their own take, their own spin to this type of like genre. You know, that it's pointing out something that a lot of people know, but they don't think about it too much. And that's really cool.
It is interesting that you pointed out the evolution of GTM. So if you scroll down, there was 2 evolution videos where they were just straight off their there's Rocky as well there. So
yeah,
as you can see, is this in chronological order?
This is 4 months.
So they were testing like different topics, gaming, movie characters, until they settled on Marvel characters. Now, it must have been the evolution of Jessica Cruz from the Green Lantern, which got 5,000 views, and then the evolution of Bruce Wayne, which got 3,000 views. Those were outliers, which kind of pushed them down that path, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
The interesting one is the evolution of Crime Syndicate, which I think is their most popular one, with 65,000 views. I don't even know who that is in terms of DC
I was going to say that
stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've never heard of Crime Syndicate, and I was going to speculate that maybe that's why people clicked on it. But I don't know. That's weird.
Now, timing could be another thing. In terms of the channel's got 1,500 subscribers. They've had a couple of outliers, but generally their views are between 500 and 1,000. So they aren't breaking out yet. I mean, they're doing consistently well, which is good to see, but not having any breakout videos. So I'm wondering, how could we first address that? Timing and relevancy could be interesting. So Dan, what trailer just came out yesterday? Deadpool.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The creator should be focusing on those 2 characters and anyone else in that film in the build-up to the release. Maybe it's a bit too early now. I'm thinking like 1 or 2 weeks before it goes live would be the sweet spot.
Yeah, I mean, you could do maybe one of them now, like say do Wolverine now, and then Deadpool next. And if the 2 have ever collaborated in comic books and stuff, you might do the evolution of Deadpool and Wolverine, but as a duo. So that's 3 ideas right there. And this is what when we say jump on trends, this is exactly what we mean. What's going on in the world right now? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about trends, and this is very relevant to what they were doing, but I basically reminded them that the Cybertruck just had a massive recall, and everyone's talking about it. Like the gas pedal can get stuck underneath. It's ironic to call it a gas pedal. It can get stuck underneath like this thing, and it's a big deal. So they had to recall all the trucks. So it's just paying attention to like what's going on in the world, and can you as a creator on your channel like somehow relate it to your? If you can't, you can't. Don't force it. But like sometimes there's a natural fit, and as Robert just pointed out, Deadpool and Wolverine. Perfect for this channel.
Tesla probably has a silly name for the pedal, like the Go trigger or
the go-go stick.
Something like that. We'll speculate. Let us know in the comments what you think Tesla's gas pedal should be called. And then the other thing for this channel, Dan, was let's watch the first 30 seconds of one of our most recent videos to get an idea of like how the hook is delivered.
For the first time, Peter Parker, who lives on Earth 5778.
So this is I've recognized this voice. This is like one of those AI.
It is. So I was wondering if it was AI or not, because I couldn't tell, because I thought I heard the intake of breath and like other noises that I may hear that might not necessarily be AI generated. Like it almost sounds like it's not perfect, but if you think this is AI generated, okay.
I think it is. I'm not going to say definitively because I don't know, but it sounds like it.
Right.
Appeared as Spider-Man in 1974 to 1977 series, Spidey Super Stories.
It's the way they talk too. It's a little bit. It doesn't sound human in some cases. I would get somebody to read a script for you. I think that would help a lot.
It sounds pretty good. Let it run for 20 seconds uninterrupted, and let us know in a chat if you think this is AI or not.
And he is played by Danny Seagren. In this series, where we see stories from different comics in each episode, Spider-Man faces different problems, namely villains. Bringing the end of them all in his own way, Spidey protects people from them. And it should also be said that Spider-Man here doesn't
pause
speak.
here.
We
So,
see what he does.
let us know in the chat if that was AI voice. I guess the concern I have maybe with the first, all right, well, I guess I was wrong. Maybe the problem I had with the first 30 seconds of this, Dan, is it went all the way back to the origins of a Spider-Man character. And let's face it, most people weren't born, who are watching this video, probably weren't born or alive in the early 70s. So I feel as if it needs a better kind of hook and feed in so that they can say, like, we're going to get to the good stuff. Like there's a real payoff at the end, but first we've got to trace back the origins. We've got to get to the origin story of Spider-Man on television. And so again, I don't know if that's the same in all of their videos, but maybe before they go all the way to the beginning, they need to have some hook. And right at the beginning, there was kind of like that cheesy sound like TV quiz music.
Yeah.
I thought they could have just gone into a good hook of some kind there, because they had like a good a series of clips and like pace, but it just kind of didn't fit the music. But that's, I'm giving my opinions here as a viewer per se, not necessarily an editing expert.
I like seeing the old stuff because I think this is kind of like fascinating to see how they like did stuff back in the day on TV, but it isn't being told in a way that's exciting to me. I think if proper like VO and the host was a little more excited about it, I think I would really love someone's take and reaction to this content now in today's context. Like, look at the cheesy graphics they had to do to simulate like web shooting, and that could have been like a fun thing, but it was so matter of fact, like a video essay, but not in a complimentary way. You know what I mean? Like a literal, like someone wrote an essay about Spider-Man for school and an AI read it out loud.
Like a university thesis on the history of Spider-Man. I was listening to a podcast this week and somebody described, because now I'm assuming that maybe if it's an AI voice, the script was created by ChatGPT. Someone described ChatGPT as basically a cover band. That's all it does.
Yep.
It's just a cover band for everything in the universe. There's an interesting way of looking at it.
I gotta say that second Spider-Man show actually looked pretty good. Very, very good for its time. Yeah. I'm interested in this content from like a historical perspective, but I don't think I could watch this particular video because that voice would just really get on me after a while. And I think they're not giving me enough fun tidbits. It's so like facts about Spider-Man. And I really think the content is lacking a bit of personality.
There is promise, though, here. I think this channel has a
really good idea.
Foundation of an idea.
Yeah.
And the packaging, I think, is fairly solid. The thumbnails are good. Maybe the titles might require a bit more excitement to them. Because I guess maybe you need some sort of tease or payoff of like a big evolution of the character in some way in these. I don't know what that would necessarily be, but it's up to you to find like the big pivot or the big shift, the big 180 in the character of a transformation. Because we get the what's,
yeah,
but like a bit more of a why this is interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But good effort.
Yeah. So best of luck. Hopefully our advice helps you out. Congrats on 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. We'll go ahead. We'll go to our next pre-selected channel. This is Travis. I will spare your last name and just say Travis of Revive&Ride.
Stuchl. I'll try a Stuchl.
I think Revive&Ride is a great channel name.
Yeah.
I don't think your name being here is a detriment or anything. I just think that this is a strong channel name on its own. And maybe someone already had, I don't know. I just wanted to point that out. So this is a channel that I picked ahead of time, and they rebuild salvage vehicles, which I thought, cool. You know, that's something you could do consistently if you have the budget to buy vehicles, and then you have the know-how and the budget to restore them. Then absolutely fantastic idea for a channel. You can see some outlier videos. By the way, whenever you see these little red bubbles here, this is our tool. You can download this. This is something that'll just appear all over YouTube once you do. The link is down below.
Love it.
Yeah, we love this, especially just for auditing channels. Like we can see that this is their most popular video by a long shot. So yeah, there's a couple down here, 1.3 million views from 12 years ago. So it looks like they were messing around with like subwoofers and stuff about a decade ago. And then they got back at it about a month ago. And
I'm curious if we ask the creator, what brought you back to YouTube after 5 years?
Yeah.
And welcome back. And then the audience waited for you. Like you had videos that were getting thousands of views 5 years ago, and like 2 videos into your rebirth, you're getting thousands of views again, which is cool.
It is really cool. And it's nice to see that, like, you know, it wasn't just 1, but now 2 videos are performing very solidly for you.
Can you click on the rec to wow? I just want to check the engagement on that one.
Have you ever wondered how much it would cost to buy a wrecked vehicle from the salvage auction, and how much it would take to get it back together?
Not much engagement from a YouTube perspective, likes and comments. There is some, but 5,000 views seems quite a lot for the engagement. So maybe this is being shared elsewhere. That's totally cool. If you have a community where you can share the content, no problem with that. Also, Dan, just to pick up another tool that you can see here from vidIQ, they've done a lot of title experimentation. So on any video on YouTube now, we have this tool whereby you can see not only what thumbnails they've been using, including ABC thumbnail testing, but also the title changes, and to see if it has any impact on how the video is performing. So that's interesting to see as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can see that you are trying to get this video to where you want it to go, which is a good thing to see. And I like the intro. I like that you just kind of, you set up your shot, you have enough room for you and the car, and you're like, have you ever wondered if you could buy a car at an auction and restore it? So we're kind of like setting this up. It's a 13-minute video, which feels like a good length for what this is. And this, you know, I'm going to just mute it real quick and just play it, like kind of go through a little bit. And this is no joke. Like, you are repainting the car. Like, this is definitely somebody who knows their stuff.
This takes time to do and time to film.
This is what happens when you have like a trade and YouTube is kind of secondary. Like, I'm good at this thing and I want to make it a YouTube channel. And I love seeing that because it means you're not having to struggle for content ideas. The content ideas write themselves. It's just, okay, how can I get people to watch this? And that's where hopefully we can come in and give you some advice. Not that people aren't watching. I'm going to say what is probably on a lot of people's minds, the thumbnails. They're very pink. I don't think they need to be like this. I think this is probably a lot of work. You got to cut out the car and you got to, I think more natural backgrounds would be helpful. You don't like it? Every car channel I see, they have the car parked somewhere clean, not a lot of hills and stuff. And they, you know.
So here's the thing. There are 2 thumbnails into this experimentation with what you might call vomit colors.
Yeah.
But this probably stands out against their competition. Whoa. So I would say at the moment, if they're effective, let's experiment with them.
Let's see. I hear you.
But I disagree with you.
I think if they got the thumbnail A/B testing, both of us could win this argument because they could literally do both. These thumbnails stand out so nice, and they're in realistic backgrounds, but they never really show the after, do they? Like they sometimes do, but this is. I'm gonna fix it. You know, this is a nice thumbnail. That's pretty good. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think because, like you said, it's so vibrant, it could be standing out. Far be it from you to steer someone away from because of those cars. Steer someone away from something that's working. But when you get the thumbnail A/B testing tool, maybe try some other types of.
I mean, if you look at the thumbnail from a month ago, you know that one was pretty much in terms of thumbnail quality in reverse.
Yeah,
you know, it was dreadful.
It really veered off the road there.
So yeah, I mean, certainly the thumbnails I've got now are in second gear. Although, if they had electric cars, what gear would they be in?
Oh,
that's something to
ruined
to
our
ponder.
fun with puns.
So I would say, let's just say we go down the Rob Wilson route here, where let's just keep the thumbnails as they are for the time being. It's a storytelling, perhaps in the titles, where I think the creator continued to develop. Wreck to WoW, is it worth rebuilding it? I think that's an all right title. It's maybe a bit over-explainy. Could there be an injection of jeopardy or curiosity? The latest title, Warning, Top 3 Car Salvage Secrets Exposed. I feel as if that's a pretty decent title. It gives the idea of fear of missing out, but then the thumbnail doesn't add anything else to it. It's just the same thing, kind of revisualized. Avoid mistakes. Well, can you add maybe or tease one of the mistakes, whether it's like the price or like you make sure you get one where you've been able to see the engine, or like how could you visualize one of those mistakes in the thumbnail? And so yeah, who deserved a budum tush there? Whoever's comment that was.
Just love the other comment. Okay. I think this channel.
Please stop. This only encourages us to go full throttle.
I think this channel is driving towards success. They just need to make sure they're consistent. I want to see you continue to upload at a regular cadence, and that's going to be the difference maker. I do like that they did try a thumbnail that didn't have the pink background. I respect that it didn't do super great, but I mean, they took the wrecked car. It's kind of a flat looking image, and they put this green black text over it, really hard to read. So keep trying stuff. We know that you're willing to keep messing with titles and thumbnails based on our tool and what it's showing us. So best of luck. I think this is awesome.
Can we switch gears and just have a look at the shorts? Because they must have made some shorts as well, because shorts didn't exist like 10, 12 years ago. So experimenting with shorts and some pretty decent views. I would just say I can see the TikTok watermarking some of them. Assuming that's your TikTok channel.
I think it is, yeah.
It is advised to try and remove that watermark because YouTube basically doesn't like branding of other people's social media on their own shorts. So try and remove that if you can going forward. And who knows, TikTok may not even exist this time next year.
Who knows? Okay, so that was all of our pre-selected channels. Now you might be thinking, hey, now they're going to get into random selection, but we have one more treat for you. Every so often, our community manager, Victoria, runs a competition. It could be Facebook, it could be Discord, it could be all kinds of places. This week it was Discord, and it was about having a great hook. Hey, submit your best hooks. And there were a few different people, so first, second, third place. 2 of them we'd already seen. So we are actually going to look at the second place channel, which is called a Treeager. They have 736 subscribers, 140 videos, and I gotta say, I did watch some of this, some of this content. It's an animation channel. I watched this one. Let's take a look at this hook real quick. Hold on.
Okay, here's the whole truth. I'm a bad student.
I knew it, chat.
And right now, this doesn't look like it will change anytime soon, as me and my parents have tried every single studying technique known to mankind. And if you want to know the most painful one, watch the link video in the right corner first. But every time
Ooh.
it's week school year...
What?
Encouraging viewers to watch another video, a different video, 20 seconds in. Would you want to do that?
Let's see if
Would
it
you wanna
pays
do
off.
that?
You know what's cool? Our graph here too is saying that like this video has picked up even more steam as of late.
Good editing. I can imagine just even that first 20 seconds took hours to do.
Yeah, it was funny. It felt really like authentic, and yeah, editing is good. I really like what they're doing, and yeah, 6-minute animation video that tells a story. Probably, yeah, like you said, that's a lot of time. I'm gonna mute it, but just so you can keep it on for a second. I think this is a really strong start for an animation channel. We get animation channels sometimes, and we're like, how do you grow an animation channel? And we always sympathize with it. Like, it takes a lot of time because you got to animate. You can't upload as frequently, and a lot of animation channels I've seen that kind of have like custom hand-drawn characters, not based on like pop culture references. This is how they do it. They use the character as a proxy to like tell a story about themselves that everyone can relate to. So they're talking about being a bad student and how I accidentally became a teacher's pet. Like these are concepts anybody can understand if they went to public school, and a lot of people did. So it appeals to a very wide audience. And then when you get into the content, you realize just how well animated it is and how much work and love and passion is going into this.
Yeah.
And so you want to watch more and more, and before you know it, you've finished the video, you've learned a story about someone you've never met before, and that's why this is like so cool. I really liked what I had to see when I clicked on this video.
So I would say, Dan, without us watching the video and getting the full story, I think their animation skills are up to a perfectly decent, high quality standard already. So I would encourage a creator to work on their storytelling, just without seeing the story. Like, I just think that the presentation of the content is already at a high level. So it's now executing on a storytelling, which is probably the most important aspect of this channel to get right.
Mm-hmm. I think that the packaging is, now that we've zoomed out again, is one thing we could talk about. How my first party was disturbing, and then you have introvert. I think you could have maybe related this one to the audience a bit more. It could be an interesting test, like, how introverts feel at parties or something to that effect. Because if you are a self-proclaimed introvert, your feelings probably are not too dissimilar from other people who, see themselves as introverts. So you could maybe play around with stuff like that to try and relate it to even more people, rather than just talking about you all the time. Because there are a lot of, people who tell those stories, and they try to like just shift the language a little bit. And I think that could be interesting to try to test out.
Do we have any outliers here, or was Teacher's Pet one the most popular?
Unraveling 2022, my satisfying YouTube experience.
Okay.
I
was just wondering if there might be a common thread or theme, because obviously the Teacher's Pet one was about school life. I think there is a link also to, adolescence, the idea of like trying to understand who you are, and you think you're an introvert, but you're still going to do these challenges and go to like a party, which may feel uncomfortable. To, I guess I'm associating this with like 13 to 18-year-olds, that kind of demographic. So like, again, how do you pitch and market to them will be something to consider. I think that they're pretty much almost there on some of these.
It's really close. I think it's the quality of the animation, the video itself, pretty much spot on. I would say the audio in this video, there was like a couple times where I felt like the sound effects might have been a little too loud, or just little tweaks like that could have been made. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I got cat problems behind me.
Oh.
I just noticed that.
Say no more.
Okay. Cool. Glad you had your fun. Is there anything else you wanted to?
Kind of just killed the live stream there, didn't we? Brought it to an abrupt halt.
Do we want to talk about shorts at all, or anything else?
Hey, the shorts are doing better than the. Those are
I
the
did put
popular ones.
popular,
The shorts
yeah.
are doing pretty well though.
To come in here to realize that you have grown a lot. Good job, big boy. Hi, son. I just.
Was that a looping shot? That.
Yeah, because of the door closed. So yeah, this is cool too. I think you could tell little stories in these. I mean, I have a confession could be one, except I don't have any sound, or it's not even playing. Okay, we'll pretend it's good, and it got 3.2K views. That's something.
And yeah, repurposing or making animations for shorts as well to keep your audience engaged. You know, looks like your cadence is a video every month. And oh, they're doing lives, but what type of lives are they doing here?
Oh, it could be vertical.
Should maybe make my reach a little smaller because it's kind of.
I can't hear anything there. It sounds like the audio isn't properly.
What is it? Well, I'm off now. Revamping thumbnail.
Yeah, I think this is a bit confusing. Like if I were to scroll to this on the live shorts feed or whatever you want to call it, I'd be a little bit confused as to what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this like animated comment section and you down here and stuff. It says you're animating. And when someone does a live stream where they're doing something like this, like a behind the scenes kind of live stream, I kind of expect to see like the program they're using to animate and all that stuff. And I'm not really seeing that here. So I think that's kind of a missed opportunity if you're going to do streams like this. I also think your thumbnails, while you could do this, could be a little different. In fact, Rob, I don't know if you've seen this, but I've been noticing on certain live streams I'm seeing now, people are somehow, like Twitch, able to have an updating thumbnail that's live. So like whatever's on the screen becomes the thumbnail. And Ludwig is doing this. And I don't know if that's because he didn't select a thumbnail and that's why that's happening.
That would be my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be an option for you because at least it'll look a little more like a live stream, whereas this is just kind of a nice picture and it doesn't really say much. Now I say that, but like Pirate Software, who's live now, always uses the same exact thumbnail.
Always live.
Yeah, literally always live and always uses the same thumbnail no matter what. He's not doing a game dev stream today. He's just playing a game and it's always the same kind of thumbnail. But
it's branding at this point though, isn't it? His core audience just knows what they're getting into.
When he's streaming game development, though, this is what I expect to see. I expect to see stuff like this on the screen. But sorry, I interrupted you there.
All good.
All right, so that was all of our pre-selected channels, which means now it's about time to get into the random selection of channels.
Whoa.
Before we do, Rob has something to say.
Well, I hope you're on the same track as me. We need to do some super chats at this point, right?
Oh, right. Yes, that's what I knew it. That was a test and you passed. I made a finance channel, became a YouTube member.
Alrighty. So whenever you become a member, you get a unique sound effect for the week and only 1 week. And I made a finance channel. That's your actual name. Okay, cool. This is your sound effect.
Bruh.
Although really it should be if it's a finance channel. That I'm rescinding.
Bruh.
I'm bringing that back. I'm giving you this sound effect. Obviously.
And then I'm not sure. Video Productions gave us a super chat. Appreciate you. Jimens? I don't know. I'm sorry. Flint. Is it Flint Snake or Flint Snake? It's probably Flint Snake.
Flint Snake, I would go with. Yeah.
Why is my supermarket simulator videos have a higher RPM than my Minecraft videos? Oh, perfect question. Okay. RPM, for those who don't know, is basically the measurement of like how much your video is worth to advertisers, right? Just to really put it simply and poorly explain it. Minecraft is insanely competitive. It's been around for over a decade, and it's hard to rank against all these other channels, which means what for advertisers? It means a lot of inventory. Supermarket Simulator is a brand new game. Not as many people are playing it, and it appeals to a bit of a different audience. People who like silly simulator games, for example. So therefore, the ads on that video are worth more because there are just less of them, and advertisers want to reach that audience. So that is why your RPM is going to be higher, much higher on Supermarket Simulator, I imagine. Yeah, there you go.
This is going to be our super chat background, at least for this week.
Koi Fish Gaming trying to get us in trouble. Ford found on Reddit or fix or repair daily. Be nice to Ford. They're dealing with us now. This is probably a whole thing. Their whole PR team is probably trying to figure out this mess. Searching for Tone says trying to concentrate effort on long form content. Only a month in since starting the channel. Under 100 subscribers, my shorts only spike at around 450 plus views, but they gain me about 1 to 4 subs. Should I continue to make shorts?
I think the first sentence of this super chat answers the question, trying to concentrate effort on long form content. If that's what you want to concentrate on, then let's not dilute your efforts, because shorts seem to appeal to you purely through raw numbers. And I think at this point in your YouTube journey, when you started a month ago, you don't want to be stressing too much about, one video going viral or whatever. You want to do the reps, figure out if you love making videos to a point where when you ask yourself, am I going to make another video? Of course I'm going to make another video. That's a silly question. I love doing this. And then you can start to think about how those videos are going to appeal to an audience. So that would be my advice as somebody who's just wanting to learn a craft of content creating as opposed to channel building at this point.
Yeah, I think that you're building a different audience on shorts. And if you want to focus on long form video, it's time to focus on long form video, but pretend you're just kind of starting over. It really is kind of a different platform. Rider Rhythm. With your help, I got back my 1,700 hours lost since last year. My channel just got monetization. Non-light edition 2 days ago. Hey, that's awesome.
Good to hear. Congrats. Good to hear.
You're super monetized now. Deathwish says, why does no one like Skull and Bones? Thoughts?
I've got an answer for this.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I've never played it. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll never play it. I've seen enough from channels who actually talk about stuff like this to convince me not to play it. There's plenty of reasons why, and we don't need to go into them here.
Well, what's one safe reason why people don't like it then?
It's phoned in. There's just nothing. They promised a quadruple A game and did not deliver.
Quadruple A game. They were inventing their own tier system.
Yep.
All right.
And they did not deliver.
Cool.
According to the opinions of everyone who's tried it. Big thanks to my coach, Aiden. My channel is climbing out of the slump, and nice. I have a record outlier recently. Maybe if I stop questioning everything, the process. Welcome to YouTube. Awesome.
What a wonderful segue. You may be wondering, what are we talking about here? Coach Aiden? Well, what Nick Hine has done has joined the one-on-one coaching program here at vidIQ, where it's kind of like what you're experiencing now, but on steroids and tailored to your channel. Like, we're auditing all sorts of channels and we're answering all sorts of questions. But with a one-on-one coach, they are committed and dedicated to understanding more about you as a creator and understanding more about you as a channel. So like you can pitch ideas to them, and the coach will try and get deep into the core of your understanding of why you want to be on YouTube and your target audience. And it is a wonderful, magnificent collaboration between creator and coach. And as you can see, Dan is just slowly scrolling through all of the benefits. And we made it really easy, if you're watching on computer, to scan the QR code that's in the top right-hand corner now to get more information about getting your own YouTube coach here. Or if you're on a mobile device and so you can't use your camera to take a picture of a QR code, then there is a link in the description. It's a very top link, and you can sign up to get your own coach here at vidIQ. We've got so many testimonials, and this is just another one from Nick Hine. And I'm going to share that with our colleagues on the coaching team right now. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Nick. Do you want me to go to the next one, or are you taking a picture?
Sure. Yeah, you can go to the next one. I'm just going to copy and paste where required. Done.
Prele Easy Drawings. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. I
wonder what currency that is. EGP.
I'm not sure.
Egyptian something or others? I don't know.
Yeah. Gold piece. VIF Gaming says, create good edits on popular trends is the best. What is WA?
Is that a question or a statement?
Yeah, maybe they were answering something we were talking about earlier.
Our answer is yes.
The chocolate solution says, what is the happy medium in injecting your style into a niche and following the typical aspect of the niche itself?
Would this be similar to quantity versus quality in the sense that to begin with, you probably want to just follow the established rules to skill up yourself and get familiar with a format. And then when you feel as if you're comfortable with the format, then you start to inject your own kind of ideas and personality. So it goes from quantity to quality in terms of I'm going to create something that pays homage to the niche, but also takes you in a new, different, refreshing direction.
Yeah, I think leaning into your unique personality is probably going to be the winning strategy no matter what. But
long term, yeah, I agree with that.
If you're steering too far away from like what people expect, I guess like it should be kind of obvious. Like if you make chocolate on YouTube, I'm just gonna, because it says it looks like you have an apron on. Anyway, if you have a cooking channel or whatever, but sometimes your thing is that sometimes you go into the garage and you fix your car or something, like just a totally different thing. That could be a little confusing to the audience, but maybe you have a lot of comedy in your videos and you're like, I'm not a lot of people who make desserts have like a lot of comedy elements, but you can do that. Like there's plenty of like wiggle room, I think. And people I would say some of the largest creators on YouTube are calling out right now. It's like a whole trend calling out like how samey YouTube is right now. It's just like the same thing over and over. Everyone's too afraid to take risks. It's probably good to take some risks, you know? So yeah, I think just try to lean into your personality as much as possible.
Word.
Life with Lucia and Glenn with 1 month membership. Thank you.
Emotional damage.
That was a custom sound effect.
All right. Houston World Travel with a super. Appreciate you. Jeep Psychology 101. Very, very close to securing the YouTube partnership program. 558 subs, 2,855 hours of watch time, largely because of your advice. Thank you.
So I have a quick message here. Vicky, I assume you're watching the live stream. You know our new Slack channel? Yeah? Yeah. Get the screenshot. Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about. Right. Okay, yeah, good work.
You just Jeep Psychology, just as a quick reminder, you did that. We are happy we could help, but don't forget you did that, and congratulations to you.
But do remember in the small print of the form that people fill out, Dan, we do receive a 3.5% commission on all revenue you get from the YouTube Partner Program because you signed up for a
channel review,
channel audit. Yeah. So
so.
You serious?
Ryan, thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
New sound effect.
Oh man, Gib with 20 gifted memberships.
We need to go through the archives of a Video Q live stream, but how many gifted memberships has Old Man Gibbs sent out now? It must be at least 100.
It's got to be hundreds because there's been a couple of like 50s. Yeah. And
Incredible.
So we're probably like closing on 200. Old Man Gib, thank you so much. Completely necessary. Enjoy your emotes, everybody. Use them well. Milrus says, do y'all remember reviewing me last year?
Let me think about this. But I think this is the channel that does subscriber counts, and they are destroying shorts have got millions of subscribers. But I might be wrong. Is that the channel, Dan?
You remember.
I do remember, yes. And congratulations on, I think, taking the subscriber battles from long form to shorts and just
it's working.
Being brilliant at it, yeah.
Yeah, it's working really well. Tennis Radar says, guys, thank you so much. Got me 10K a month with my YouTube channel. Got me to 10K a month. Wait, 10,000 in a month? Or are you talking about money? I don't know, but you're welcome.
Vicky, more screenshots, please.
I don't know how much time she needs to like grab the screenshot, so I tend to linger on it.
She can skip backwards.
Okay. Coach Pepina rocks. Oh,
Pepina is another one of our coaches. So yeah, I'll screenshot that.
Thank you for all the super chats that we can then share with our colleagues.
This is all just like super chat love-ins right now, and we're basking in this glory.
Couple more, and we will get to randomly selected channels.
Okay.
I Slay God says I get good views but not subscribers. Hope you're okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't stress it in the long term. I know it's important now because you may be working towards monetization. It will come, and once you're monetized at 1,000 subscribers, you'll probably stop thinking about those view counts. Those subscriber counts. Now, I don't know if you can see here, but there's a flashing here. That means my light has run out of battery, so I need to unplug it, Dan. So if you just want to switch to the next question, I'll be back in a minute.
Sure. And then David and Kim, this will be the last one unless Rob takes a while. Any resources / advice for a rejected AdSense application? Reason is email is it's generic. No way to contact YouTube. Forums give very generic advice.
Yeah, this can be a source of constant frustration for creators in that YouTube does not give specifics on. They'll give you a reason, might be reuse, repetitious. So first, we don't know what that is. I don't think you've established that there. But then they won't tell you specifically what videos have caused that. And I know that can be really annoying for creators. I guess you have to see it from YouTube's perspective in that they probably deal with thousands, tens of thousands of cases a day. So it's hard to like individualize this. But my assumption is that a human reviewer has determined that there is an issue with a channel and you need to research and try and find out what that is. I also don't send us another super chat telling us specifically what was wrong, because it's unfortunate to say like we're not YouTube, so like we can't give you specific reasons. We can't give you anything more specific than the email that's been sent to you. But I do appreciate it's always a broad, vague reason, and you're kind of figuring it out yourself.
I wanted to try and just peek at the channel myself. There are probably 1,000 people named David Kim with YouTube channels. So David and Kim is not coming
David
up.
And Kim, right?
Yeah.
And if you do it in quotation marks, that doesn't narrow down the search, does it?
Oh, there came up 1,000 subscribers. Well, we're not reviewing channels based on super chats, but I just wanted to peek in the background to see if anything jumped out. But it does look like they're a travel channel. Nothing immediately jumps out as an issue, but who knows? Like, it could be so many reasons. So I understand the frustration. Best of luck to you.
I think the key thing is right now that they can either appeal it or they can reapply in 30 days. Try and get your channel in order as much as possible, because the next time you apply, if you're rejected again, it is a 90-day wait. So be really thorough with your investigation into the channel. And yeah, best of luck.
All right, we will move on to more channel reviews, but we will get back to your super chats. Don't worry. But as we close in on the end of this hour, I would just be careful not to send too many, because we might not be able to get to all of them.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start picking your channels randomly, and we use a very specialized tool to do that.
We are... I'm sorry, Dan. I should kind of give you some forewarning if I want to try and say something as you're segueing back to something. But yeah, I'm going to remove this thing here now. It will appear later on if you are interested in coaching. And let's go to our special CLAAAW background, which looks like...
CLAAAW background?
Yeah. I mean, it's just that color.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So this is the CLAAAW, or it will be. And it's going to pick your channels. Now, we have a number of channels already selected here, or for review. 549 on the non-gaming form, and 394 on the gaming form. So we're going to choose a non-gaming channel, 549. All we got to do is use our very high-tech, very professional CLAAW, and say, please pick a number between 1 and 549.
And if you're new to this live stream, now you have to wait a few agonizing seconds.
Oh, it's not that bad.
A response.
It's not that bad. It's okay. Here we go. The CLAAW is coming up. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at me. Glamorous AI claw about to delve into another sea of mediocrity. All right, here it goes. Praise the almighty YouTube subscribe button. I'm picking number 472. Let's just hope they're not peddling boring shorts content. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, folks. If we can outdo Ford Motor Company, that will at least be a victory.
All right. So Claudia redeemed herself at the very end there, but the pessimism and the negativity oozing out of her claw orifices is brutal right now.
What do you mean?
Brutal.
I thought that wasn't so bad. The claw seems to not appreciate shorts, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Anyway, this is a bit link. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just try to find the channel name. I'm not clicking on a bit link.
Yeah.
New rule.
Good idea.
I'm not clicking on your bit links. That's the rule. So I could probably try this. Is it? Oh, okay. Is this? Do you think this is it?
Let's check the subscriber size. So that says 1,300 and go back to a form.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This is probably the channel. Simplifying technology, they said.
They simplified the link a bit too much there for us.
Okay. So we have Facebook ads. This does seem in that vein.
Yeah.
All right. What is jumping out at you?
I keep being jumped. Things keep jumping and kicking me, slapping me in the face every 3 seconds here.
Oh, wow.
So at first it was, oh, this is like a cool background. Oh, these are cartoonized characters. This is cool. Oh, there's a subscribe icon there. I don't like that too much. So there's a lot of thoughts permeating as I look at these thumbnails more and more.
I agree. I think because I wanted to focus on the different tools they were, they were covering. Some videos are clearly doing better than others. Like this one
do have outliers.
Yeah. Some outlier content here.
All right. Let's sort by most popular just to determine whether this channel is basically a free pick channel. So the top 2 videos are free pick. Then those are the 2 outstanding outliers. So if they wanted to establish themselves as a thought leader, an ambassador of free pick, whatever that is, then they could. I would recommend doing the next 5 to 10 videos on that topic.
I would say that based on these being the most popular videos, I'm just going to give you fair warning here because I see Shutterstock as well. If you are trying to game a system and get people licensed things, but in a way that they're not supposed to obtain those things.
I have that slight concern as well.
Yes. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just trying to get, because we just had someone a minute ago say, hey, why did I get denied monetization? That could be something to get someone denied monetization. This same goes for if you have a gaming channel where you tell people how to download ROMs from places they shouldn't be getting them. That's like, that's also not supposed to be a thing. So
how to get blank for free usually sets off red flags and alarm bells. But we could be wrong. We could be interpreting this wrong.
Of course. So that is the most popular videos. Now, what kind of audience are we bringing in when we have like 25,000 views on a channel that's helping people like obtain like stock photos and stuff? Kind of seems like an audience that would need those types of things. Could mastering Facebook ads be something for that audience? I think so. I think there's like a parallel there. If you need images from Shutterstock, for example, and you're trying to save a buck, then you might be using them for your Facebook ads, but you could be using them for so many things. I think more realistically, it might be people who edit videos. It might be people who use Photoshop or things like that. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Some of these videos just are not taking off. So it does seem like an audience mismatch based on the audience you're likely bringing in. And Rob went silent.
Yeah, you've got me tied up in this idea of maybe the videos that are performing really well, there's a certain reason for that. Whereas the other stuff like removing backgrounds in Photo Room, I'm sure there's several videos on that topic. I think we should. I think honestly, Dan, just thinking about the channel focus, like there's a clear channel focus of videos that would do well. lean into those videos unless they may be promoting the idea of acquiring stuff that there should be a cost to it. I don't know how to phrase this correctly. I think people know what we're hinting at here.
Mm-hmm. So if are we wanting to move on to the next channel?
Yeah, I think so.
Then before we do, we should introduce Travis.
Hey!
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? I don't know who that is. How's everything going?
Good.
Good.
Welcome.
Good.
Welcome to the second hour of the live stream. We're just picking random channels.
Random? You mean the channels themselves are random? Because we've seen some of them.
No.
Oh.
So, yes, we, as you know, Travis, we have a specialized tool for this. It's called the CLAAAW. And we are going to be picking out of 404 gaming channels. Let's see. Please pick a number between 1 and 404.
I don't know if you've experienced this version of a CLAAAW, Travis, but instead of it actually picking a number, wrong button. It talks to us, but we've got to wait an agonizing amount of time until it actually talks to us.
Boy.
So we have to fill.
What I wanted to do. Again, raise a toast to the glorious YouTube subscribe button as we dive into another pool of possibly lackluster content. Let's pray this one isn't all shorts nonsense. Number 237 it is. But hey, remember, subscribe. Let's give Ford Motor Company a run for their money.
There we go. We've picked channel. Sorry, I haven't pulled up here. Number 237. And it is a gaming channel. Crazy Casper.
Crazy Casper. What's is that going to be? Is that going to be a scary channel? Could it be? No, it's a car channel. It has nothing to do with that. What a missed opportunity, but okay.
So it looks like they're playing an F1 video game.
Are they? Is that looks like real life to me?
You can't tell anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the games look really great now. So no,
okay,
right.
That's definitely a game.
It's a game, but
F122 looks crazy good. Yeah,
it's really like I'm just impressed by.
Look at that.
If this was a television broadcast, I could see them doing graphics like this too. So I can't even.
Yeah. AR. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What jumps out right away to me, the views, like the sheer amount of content, and then the views that it's getting. So I want to. What is the specific name of this game?
I think it's F122. Or no, is that different?
No, that doesn't sound right.
They're not choosing the right.
I think it's F122 or something because I see it on Digital Foundry all the time when they're doing
22.
Yeah, which I think is 2022.
Okay. Well, this will give us ideas. Like, I'm just trying to see how do people pitch these videos, generally speaking. And there is quite an audience here for this.
Yeah. And we're right in the middle of a Grand Prix season right now. So
is there
interest should be high.
Now?
I think it's 24 probably at this point.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. 23 hours ago, F124 gameplay.
Oh, so that's the trail event. So 24 hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
I don't think.
And this could be something for the creator to focus on. What new features are coming to the next version? I mean, when it comes to any game that covers a sport, it's always every single year they release a new version. And I, as a skeptic, am like, what are they possibly going to add? They've been making this series for how long? And maybe you know that as a fan of this franchise. So I think you could at least do a couple videos about features coming up. But let's say 23, since that's like the one that seems like people have their hands on right now. And what I want to see is just how they're titling their videos, the thumbnails. These thumbnails stand out to me quite a bit. The text is very easy to read. The imagery looks really good in terms of like the screenshots from the game and how they've been done. There's a comparison video. This is an outlier video. This is why the outlier tool is so powerful, by the way. We are searching right now, and we see a channel because of the vidIQ tool. We have 2 bits of information here. We don't have to click on anything, and we see 273 subscribers. But 2,000 plus views from 2 days ago. Massive outlier for this channel. Over 100 times their normal views. And like I said, it's about the upcoming game. It's like this comparison of like new and old. So, oh wow. And then, so this channel has 26 almost 27,000 subscribers, 410,000 views. They did a realistic crash compilation.
Let's go back to the Hero channel then, Dan, and just see what they're up to.
Comparatively.
So you're here on...
All right.
All spins and crashes. So they are looking for the crash thing, which does work in racing. I mean, in fairness, that actually does work, depending on exactly what you got going on. And someone said in the chat they think that these thumbnails are actually real thumbnails, but it's the game.
I'm thinking the same thing now, which then kind of sets an unrealistic expectation.
Yeah. It's a difficult one because it's kind of a unique way of doing it, like thinking, well, the game does look really good, so you almost can't tell, but you might confuse someone who's looking for the real car crashes and finds video game. And by the way, if you look at any of these, like they're 2 minutes, go to the one that's 2 minutes. Let's see the very first like 10 seconds of this one, the FWIA. You only got 2 minutes to get to crashes. Oh, no, these are real. Okay, now they got real ones. What's going on here?
Two different audiences completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's hardly a crash. So, you know,
I could be coming.
I mean, but here's the, I know he bumps into it, but here's the thing, like you're expecting all this craziness and like the first 10 seconds, you're like, oh, this is just, let me get out of here. Or if you're looking for like real crashes and you come into a video game, I think there's just, they're missing something here.
Yeah, they've marketed themselves as a gaming channel, but sometimes it's real life and sometimes it's the game.
Yeah.
This is not the game.
And then they start off with not exciting crashes. So it's kind of like, oh, it's almost like your grandmother's crash.
Huh. I think that the advice here is clear. You should, if you're going to focus on the game, focus on the game. We just showed you a whole bunch of channels covering the F1 series of video games in different ways. Channels that to this day are uploading recent content and getting a ton of views with very low subscriber sizes comparatively. And that's the kind of research you should be doing when you're planning out your videos. But jumping from real life crashes to in-game events and crashes and stuff, it's confusing. It doesn't really make sense. It's not what you would expect from a gaming channel either. So we can move on to the next one. Sounds like that kind of puts a bow on that. And we have now 580 responses on our form. So we can bring back the CLAAAW and say, all right, we're back to picking non-gaming channels. There are 581. Can you please pick one?
So while we're waiting, Travis, have you watched Severance? And what's your quick opinion of it?
You know, I've watched Severance. I think it's one of the greatest shows ever, and I can't wait for season 2. It's not the greatest. The greatest is Breaking Bad.
Of course. More work for me. Let's bow our heads to the mighty YouTube subscribe button, crossing my claw that this isn't someone's sad attempt at a shorts channel. And we got number 357. Don't you dare forget to subscribe, folks. Ford Motor Company, we're coming for you.
Ford? What is that? Why are we throwing shade on to Ford?
You didn't know? Just as a reminder for everyone, we're trying to crush Ford Motor Company and get more subscribers than them.
Yeah, and currently, Travis, we're 500,000 behind. But
that's a lot.
We're working on it.
We'll get there.
All right.
We have
everyone in the channel subscribe. Everyone who's
we have more views than Ford Motor Company. Let that sink in.
That's a very random channel to compare ourselves to, but okay. I
know what you're talking about.
Can we just add as well, Dan, like the three of us are not discriminating against shorts channels. I know Claudia isn't interested in shorts channels, but if one comes up, we will audit it.
I like shorts channels. It's the CLAAAW that is a problem. 357 was the channel it picked, and we're looking at LakeWrld. All right. 241 subscribers, 39 videos. They okay.
Wait, what's going on here?
So is this a channel about stuff that is legal in certain countries but not legal elsewhere?
So yeah, some's legal in a number of states.
We've seen this before years ago.
Canada, I think it's legal as well.
Well, so here's the thing. We've actually, back when it was less legal than it is now, we had a channel like this. And it was doing pretty good. I feel like there's definitely a viewership for this. Let's just be clear about that. 100% there's a viewership for this. But I guess the question is, if you're reviewing these things, first of all, I don't know exactly what the YouTube guidelines are for this. You definitely want to take a look. I don't know if you're allowed to show yourself partaking, or I don't know anything about that. You'd have to check into that. But there's definitely like a thing for this. And you know what I would do? I know this is going to sound really sketchy, but it actually is something that would work. I mean, if you're reviewing something that people can get everywhere, that's one thing. If you, I don't know, can you even order this stuff online? Is it legal to order stuff online?
No idea. And I was going to say, can you get the same named brands at different
locally.
locations? Right.
Because that's a big deal here. Because if I see a review of one of these things and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to try that, but you can't get it, then it's kind of a pointless video to me. If you can order it online, which I don't know if that's legal to order online, but let's just assume that it is. It probably isn't, but let's just assume that it is. Then that's great, and work at an affiliate deal with like the company and start making money, right? Like a new age Walter White. But I don't know. I don't know
comparison.
It's slightly different, but I feel like the problem with this channel is, even if you're an enthusiast and it might be kind of fun to watch, if you can't partake in any of them because they're either local to this guy or whatever, it leaves people kind of wanting and kind of it's like an empty calorie in a weird way. This is a tough one. I think if you're liking it and the viewership you're getting, people are enjoying it, I think it's just going to be kind of difficult to grow this just because of the nature of the content. But it's a very interesting channel.
There is a setting in YouTube videos where, you know, there's the content made for kids one. There's a setting like the other way, which is restricted access to content, where it should only be shown to people over the age of 18. And I'm wondering if this content may fall into that bracket, whereby YouTube says, it's cool, we're fine with you having this content on YouTube, but we are going to restrict its discoverability. Now, without us doing searches to find out if there are comparative channels, we don't specifically know the answer to this. But just looking at the thumbnails and the titles, there doesn't look to be much of an effort to, I guess, show how this can be done responsibly, like, you know, as in legally, and how a responsible person. It's just like, I guess, showing the culture and the enjoyment of using these, let's call these prohibited drugs, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, because like, it's a gray area at the moment. Let's be honest. Like some countries are more, some states are more liberal to this. Others are just flat out, no, we're not touching this. And so that's why it's kind of like a tricky balance for YouTube.
Right.
I like this only. I mean, first of all, I don't partake in any of this. I like that we're actually being challenged finally. Like, there's a channel here that we have to think about. I love this. This is cool. So
mostly
I love
from a
the
demonetization standpoint of saying the wrong words to make sure that our live stream doesn't.
Well, the other thing is, like, speaking of monetization, is would they be eligible for monetization? I don't know. So
I don't know.
Someone in chat said they have a 420 channel and they say you can't smoke on cam and everything must be 18 plus. But
is
I
that
wonder,
how it's described, the 420 that's cool, is that? Yeah.
I'm so curious if monetization is something they can even get, or if they have to figure out an affiliate way. That's interesting. So interesting.
Yeah. It's
cool stuff.
I think what really got me, just from like a channel review perspective, is, you already touched on this, Travis, but can everybody get specific things at specific locations? Because if you're reviewing something that many people can't have access to, you're not going to get like a ton of views on that. But if there are products associated with this that probably can be ordered online, and if you review those, then it's probably no big deal. Like, a lot of people can go, oh, okay, I know what website I can buy that on, and that is, you know, that's great. I can like watch this review and get something out of it. So that's going to be the biggest thing. Should they all be reviews? Are there other types of I've never watched content like this, so I don't know. What else can you do if this is something you enjoy, like on YouTube?
I think you just enjoy it. I think you just have fun making a community, which you absolutely can. Again, I think the only thing, I mean, you could look at it like, you could almost look at it like a traveling channel, in that you would have to go somewhere to experience the same thing a travel channel would, much the same that if you wanted some of these things, maybe it's local to him and you can't get them locally, you'd have to go there and treat it like that in some way, and then just build a community around it. It would be difficult, I think, well, listen, I've seen some strange channels on YouTube be very big, so I don't even want to say that it would be difficult to be big with a channel like this, because anything's possible. But very cool stuff.
my only piece of advice in terms of content you could try would be, what if you instead of a review video, you're still doing your thing on camera, but you tell a bit of a story of some kind, and you, like Travis said, you're building a community. So like, yeah, if you just hang out and say like, so I was doing this thing, or maybe you went to a dispensary or something and it was an interesting experience, like, so it kind of still relates to the channel as a whole. I think there could be a lot of value in just someone who is a relatable person just hanging out and telling a story. There's a lot of channels like that on YouTube that do very well, and your unique selling point is everything we're seeing here.
And final point from me, if we step away completely from the topic, the thumbnails probably need a little bit of work in terms of muddy colors. Like it's difficult for these to catch your attention very quickly as you're scrolling through a feed. So
my guess is that fourth one from the top on the top is probably one of the better ones. Again, viewership is very different for this than it would be like a Mr. Beast video. My guess is that fourth one is probably the money one.
Which one is that? What, left or right? Sorry, Travis.
At the top string, yeah, it was just the picture there. Yep, yep.
This one looks like you're mid cough, so just if you know, just the pictures could be a little more like, this one's really engaging. Like we can see the whites of your eyes or looking at the camera. This one looks like YouTube kind of just grabbed one for you, and I would probably just kind of be aware of what's going on with the thumbnail.
I agree with that.
All right.
Whew, navigated that one.
That was cool. That was different. I mean, I like having something that makes you think. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, no.
421. That's funny.
Just missed.
Sorry.
Just missed 420 gaming channels.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hang on.
I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
Love that.
Okay, we'll bring back the CLAAAW and we'll say, all right, CLAAAW, we're back to gaming channels. Now, the last channel you gave us was really, it took a lot out of us. Okay, it was kind of uncomfortable, but we got through it. Can you just be a little more cautious of that and give us a nice, easy gaming channel? There are 422 gaming channel submissions. Please pick one.
Dan likes to have a full-on conversation with.
Yeah, I mean, I want the CLAAAW to feel included.
We're all about inclusion.
Here we go.
Oh, well, pardon me for the discomfort. Believe me, the feeling is mutual. Here we go again, singing praises to the YouTube subscribe button. Here's hoping number, let's say 183, doesn't make life any harder. And remember, hit that subscribe button. Let's overtake Ford Motor Company. But let's be honest, we're just playing in the digital sandbox at this point.
All right, I have the channel pulled up right here. It is Maze. They have 11,000 subscribers.
Cool thumbnails. They'd leap off the screen.
I like these a lot. What game is this?
Look at that.
I was just about to ask you.
Realistic Boeing one. I mean, that has hardly any views, but I think it's a fantastic thumbnail. Maybe it's because it didn't have that character on the thumbnail. You know,
bro, why is everyone dunking on Boeing? I feel so bad. Like, I was looking at flights the other day. I'm like, oh, geez, I don't know if I want to deal with this, man. They don't know how to keep... They don't know how to put together planes anymore. Like, when did that start happening? Good
I
Lord.
wonder if that thumbnail got suppressed because it's like a...
That's a good question.
Like
That's
a
plane tragedy, like just the AI misreading the thumbnail. Anyway.
Wait, this channel routinely gets like over 10,000 views on videos within a couple of days, and they only have 11,000 subscribers?
Awesome.
That's insane.
So what game is this, Dan?
I don't know. Let me see.
Kraken is attacking Wobbly Island, and his presence is causing torrential rain and flooding across the island. He's looking for a pirate named Willie who owes him a lot of money.
Okay, so there's like a whole story behind it. It's called Wobbly Life.
It doesn't have a lot of comments, though. That's interesting.
Building the story, setting expectations. That's interesting.
Go to check another video. See how many comments on that. Maybe they're embedding it somewhere. Maybe they're on like a Reddit or something.
I found a way to get to space
somewhere.
all thanks to this mad scientist. The rocket on Jungle Island has been taking too long.
It's still very low in the amount of well, I was going to say, is it considered kids, but no, because there are comments. It's low engagement, which is weird because the editing quality is really good. So I wonder if they're just found a really good place to like embed it or something. It's very strange. I don't know.
Yeah, it tends to. The graph is showing us, hey, it starts off strong and then it kind of starts to flatten out a little bit, which is
Dan. Let's look at one from a couple of months ago. I'm wondering if you're right that they all just flatline after a few months.
That's a great point.
There is $10 million inside of this bank.
Nope,
I went the opposite.
That's
yeah,
the opposite.
And this has 34 comments, 219. Wow. I mean, when I see something like this, I'm like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, the fact that there's so many more thumbs up than comments, like in a weird, it's just, I don't know, there's something very strange going on here. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not saying there's anything bad going on, but it's very unusual when you look at something like this, especially a channel that's really highly edited. Like, scroll down, let's read actually some of the comments and see what people are actually saying. I went here before. It's cool. I wish I could do that. The money, your favorite. So some of this makes sense. If we would want to do it again, cereal. Okay. I was looking for a way to get money and came across this. Okay. When we live, rob the bank. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Like, and actually, so you got to remember, it counts all the engagement replies that he does as a comment. So it's probably more like 20 comments or maybe even less, which is really unusual for 30,000. All right, 328,000 views. Let's look at that. What is going on with the comment section there? Yeah,
there is a secret underwater city that is taking over.
The likes are good, 110, but how many of them are replying? I guess. Anyway, I don't know. I guess. Replies. Yeah, so you almost got to divide that by 2, which then again gets into this weird territory of like, how do you have so many views with so little? Is it because it's for younger kids who don't?
It could be. So there are channels that end up getting selected for YouTube Kids, even if you don't rank them as kids, and therefore you have a lot of viewers that can't even comment, don't have the option to like engage with the video. So I know a channel where that's happened, and it's pretty normal. So we're wondering, like, it's one of two things. We don't think this channel's doing anything nefarious. I think it's mostly like, are they embedding it on like Facebook or something,
right?
Or is it a YouTube Kids thing? And I'm now that we pointed this out, I think it's YouTube Kids. And if I had a YouTube Kids account to look at, like, I could pull it up maybe. But yeah, that's the way to know is to go into a YouTube Kids app and then literally search for the channel and see if it comes up.
So my thoughts are fantastic thumbnails. Titles look good. The editing at the very beginning is very tight, like pitching a story immediately. I would be doing, like, usually it would be like, you're doing everything right. What can I suggest? But what I will...
Autoplay next. Interesting. Autoplay from what, though?
Is that the... that could be a...
oh, you talking about suggested? Like up next?
More evidence of YouTube Kids, whereby there's just a kid watching something and they don't really know how to pick a new video or whatever, so it just auto plays onto the next thing.
So Dan, I've never seen where a channel is in YouTube Kids, but then also on the main YouTube where they have access to comments. Is that a thing you're saying you've seen before?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't want to call out the channel here because I don't know if they didn't ask for that, but I can tell you maybe offline because I think you know them.
I would like to see that, but also they just said something really interesting. Nearly 40% of views are also on TV. That explains a lot.
That explains
right. So that's where
lot.
There's no engagement. Well,
fewer
engagement.
That explains a lot. Well, listen, Maze, incredible channel. Let's just start talking about what they're doing right, because wow.
Here's what I suggest to do. Like, they're doing everything right. So Dan, I would just do search for Wobbly Life, because I already think this creator is one of the leaders in this space.
Me too.
So they have the license and permission to look at other formats and ideas that are working for big channels and recreate them in their own storytelling way. Because look, they're already ranking highly, but you've got the beautiful OB and who's at the top?
I got to say, like, 47,000 subscribers, 1.68 million. Like, you're enjoying good views for your subscriber count, but it looks like the game, like when massive channels cover it, like it kind of hits a ceiling. That's okay.
Yeah.
But this is cool that you are comparable to channels with like this many subscribers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robbie.
You can find the viral ideas and formats other creators are doing, and I want to stress the word, not rip them off or copy them, but take the concept and you have the skills to reimagine that in your own style and voice.
Yeah. So this is really cool. I think one thing you could do is look at similar games too, like Unturned.
Yeah,
this reminds
that's
me
the
of
next thing,
Unturned.
Dan. The next 6 to 12 months, they've got to think of an exit strategy. Where do they go next?
Oh, I was going to say, if you could take ideas from those similar games, like Unturned, for example, and make Wobbly Life videos with those concepts. But yes,
Great
that
idea.
too. Perhaps there's other games in the future.
If you can figure out a way, this is typically what happens whenever I talk to a channel that's going viral. One of the first things we do is figure out an exit strategy, even if like they just started going viral. Like, okay, look, in like 6 months we need to be on to the next thing. So figuring out what games are similar enough that your viewership's also going to enjoy and start to early kind of dip them in every so often. Not a full-on change, because this might last for a couple of months, right? But by the time it starts to slow down, trust me, it's going to hit hard. It always does. And if you don't have like a good exit strategy, then you're going to be left holding the bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats. I mean, that's incredible performance for a channel your size.
Yeah, very, very well done. No notes on the ideas or sorry, the titles and thumbnails. It's literally just ideas, and then like Travis said, exit strategy. Like what game could you eventually pivot to? But ride this as long as you can, of course. But
you see that subtle background change, Dan, in the addition of music?
Subtle.
You know what that means?
Definitely not subtle.
What does that mean?
The AI claw? Oh.
This segment is sponsored by One-on-One YouTube Coaching, brought to you by vidIQ.
Super chats. Everyone here from we have a 1 month membership. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody.
I've got a sound effect for them. Are you ready?
No.
That was ominous.
Rain Cloud Reviews gave us a super. Appreciate you. Milruss says, Phoenix Play asked me to donate this question for y'all. When is One-on-One Coaching coming to Germany?
I will ask. I don't know if I'll get an answer by the end of this live stream, but I will ask. Let me screenshot that. And I'll just throw it in there.
Daily Creations says, why when you promote a video your average view duration goes down?
Hey, everybody, you can once again tick off on the vidIQ live stream bingo somebody asking in the super chat whether or not to use the promotion tab.
Think about it.
Every week we get asked this question.
Yeah, just imagine for a second you are promoted a video. You're trying to enjoy your time on YouTube. You clicked on a video about wobbly life. You're ready to watch. But first, an ad from Ford Motor Company comes up. But there's a skip button after 5 seconds. What do? You skip the Ford ad and you watch your video because Ford has promoted something to you that you don't want to see. You wanted to see wobbly life. That's what's happening. If you have a product like a car to sell, then it makes sense to use the promotion tab. But if you don't have a product or service, don't promote your videos. Don't do that.
All right, hang on.
Oh, what?
Beep, 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 beep. I'm just getting some information here from vidIQ HQ. Question regarding one-on-one coaching in Germany. If they speak to support, they may be able to sort you out right now. So that's support@vidIQ.com.
Interesting. Yeah, if you speak English and your channel's in English, you can possibly get it right now.
All right, Nine Finger Wrenching says, my coach has been great. Thanks for Paul. vidIQ.
Let me just screenshot that. That's 3 shout outs for coaches. That might be a new record this week.
By the by, if you have, actually, I'll wait till the end. Remind me to do the paid Discord thing at the end of the stream.
We have 5 gifted memberships from Sutton Creek Productions. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Enjoy your emotes, everybody. Music Inquirer has given us a super chat. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was for 5 gifted.
I'm trying to keep up with the sound effects. It's hard.
Baltic Lab says, my technology/electronics DIY channel has been neglected for a while. Recently started posting again. Almost 10,000 subscribers now. Wow.
Nice.
You are absolutely allowed to take a break on YouTube. And sometimes you probably should. Sometimes it's good to take a quick break, come back. And before you know it, you could be at 10,000 subscribers. Ghost Prodigy, why is Savage not being Savage?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait. I've got appropriate response.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
TSARP. Should I be re-uploading my live streams as videos? If you're going to edit them?
Yeah, if you're going to clip it down.
Yeah. Otherwise, they actually can live on their own. We have a couple live streams on this channel. If you click our live tab and hit like popular, you could see that some of our live streams have lived well past the moment they were live, and we've gotten a lot of views. So it's kind of about choosing a good topic, good title, good thumbnail, things like that. If you're going to re-upload them, the strategy is to cut them down into an engaged piece of content. Ludwig's newest video, I think, just did this. If you want an example, gaming creators do it all the time. Those are our super chats. And
really?
That means
Awesome.
We may not, if you send another, we may not see it because we're getting close to wrapping up. We still have some channels to look at.
Let me real quick, because I just realized if at the very end people might just leave en masse. If you have, you never know, right? If you are on Boost or above, you actually have access to a very special Discord where you can get your channels audited all day, every day, and a bunch of other really cool things. I'll put a link in the chat right now. If you, again, have Boost or above, it's a special Discord. It's not our public Discord. It's a different one. And it'll link up your account. There's an option there to link your account to Discord with your vidIQ account. And go in there and have fun. There's a ton of people in there, people getting reviewed every single day. So have fun.
And so this would be considered, Travis, like peer-to-peer auditing from fellow creators.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are some coaches in there kind of reading and stuff, but for the most part, it's peer. But the thing is, some of those peers that are in there, especially the OG people, literally could be coaches. 100% could be coaches.
Yeah.
And one of them is its own little side thing, from what I understand.
There you go. Let's go ahead and look at another randomly selected channel. We're going back to the forum. There are 617 non-gaming channels. So we will sell the CLAAAW. Hey, CLAAAW, there are 617 non-gaming channels. Please pick one.
In a timely manner.
It's not going to take that long.
Or not.
No, it won't be bad. See, the response is up. Now we just gotta wait for 11 labs to.
Oh joy, more work for me. My gift just keeps on giving. Time to honor the celestial YouTube subscribe button. I'm crossing my metaphorical fingers here that this one isn't throwing together sad short segments. Okay, we've landed on number 491. And by the by, if we can manage to topple Ford Motor Company's subscriber count in the process, I might actually crack a smile. Subscribe.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Jeez.
All right.
I thought I was the only person that uses the phrase "by the by." What's going on?
It was Brainy Investor with almost 2,000 subscribers, 16 videos. This should be an interesting one. We have still the music on that's distracting me.
Sorry, I'll turn up.
I got it. So it does seem like the channel focus is there. Brainy Investor. We're talking about money.
Hey, this is an example of a template and a format. When it works, let's repeat it. Like they've minimized their packaging time and cost here, which is fine, and the videos are getting views. I guess you could argue there's a bit of clickbait here, throwing on these well-known faces. I guess the real question is when you click on the video, what is delivered in the first 15 to 20 seconds to maintain that urgency and interest?
I will click on this one, but I don't know. I don't really want to click on any of them for fear of controversy, but let's see.
You might be thinking about cities in California, and yeah, you're on the right track. Right now, in the US, there are nearly 600,000 people without homes, according to the Department of Housing and...
But when it said without homes, it kind of sounded a little AI-y to me.
Yeah, I was wondering, is this an AI channel?
Yeah.
Again.
Urban development. Now, there are different ways to figure out which places have the most homeless folks. One way is to look at the number of homeless people per person in a city, but that can give you some small towns you've probably never heard of. So...
Okay, so I've seen enough there. It's definitely a faceless channel.
Yeah. When I suspect an AI voice, I get a little bit nervous because we've mentioned this a little bit earlier today, but are you using a script that was written by AI and has that script been thoroughly fact-checked? Because you are covering like real life information. Yeah. So just as a general reminder for anybody doing this, you have a responsibility to the viewer to make sure that your information is fact-checked, and you have to make sure that AI didn't hallucinate something on you, because it happens all the time. That's just a general warning. I'm not accusing this channel of anything.
This is an interesting question regarding YouTube's new rules on altered or AI content, whereby, Dan, you're right in the sense that this could be an AI script and you got to fact check it. But does that mean that it's considered AI content according to YouTube? Because the rules from YouTube are that basically if the content tries to depict a real person saying or doing something they didn't necessarily do in real life, or something happening to a location that didn't happen in real life, that would be considered AI content, but not necessarily this. This might be a good example for me to use when I do another video about what is considered AI content or not, because there's definitely a lot of heavy AI influence here, but it probably wouldn't be considered altered or synthetic content. I know I've gone on a bit of a sidetrack there, but interesting.
And just for anyone worried, like altered and synthetic content is like that toggle on YouTube. That doesn't necessarily mean your videos get demoted on the rankings or anything. It's just an honesty thing. It's like how much of this is synthetic, you know?
Currently, it's an honesty thing.
Right. Now we don't know. Like it's an Australian accent. We don't know if it's an AI voice. It just kind of sounded. It's one of those ones we suspect a little bit, and so then I ask other questions. But that's more of a me thing. In terms of consistency, in terms of title, thumbnail, all that stuff. I mean, they have a couple major outliers here, but for the most part, pretty consistent. You know what you're getting. You subscribe to this channel, you know what you're getting. I don't have any critiques, the general critiques in that regard. Any other topics on this channel we want to dive into?
I don't know. I think it would involve watching another one of the videos, Dan, to really answer that.
We are getting report after report that the economy isn't doing as great as they claimed. Even though the stock market is still really high, the basic foundations...
Do me a favor, can we watch one of the ones that's most popular, like one with 300,000 views of The Big Outlier?
Yeah.
In 2023,
different voice.
Lots of folks are leaving California, especially LA County. The population there has dropped more than...
I can't even work out that accent. That's a weird like transatlantic accent.
More and more.
I was interested in the engagement. So 10,000 likes. How many comments? So this did generate some genuine, organic views, which is good.
That's my script worry right there answered, by the way.
What does it say?
I'm sorry for using African map and maths mistakes. I'll fix the errors in upcoming videos. This is an older video, but I hope they have fixed those mistakes. But this is why you have to be very, very careful if you are using content.
Yeah, then I think the question then is, does that materially change the accuracy of the video? If it does, you should pull the video down. And I know you're like, oh my God, 300,000 views. I want to. Well, but if you've misled 300,000 people, that's a much larger thing you need to think about. You can always get a video with 300,000 views, but misleading people is a very bad thing. And by the way, it could get your channel taken down. So and look, there's obviously a lot of time in doing this. Just make the edits and re-upload it with the accurate information. I mean, that's
like this is
hang on a second.
But
it's a trust buster, like right out of the gate.
It is.
I'm worried about. Go ahead.
No matter how I look at that, Florida does not look like Florida.
Yeah, that's not exactly what Florida looks like, nor Arizona. I don't think that they're an island. Arizona,
even if like you had the state outline on a little map, like as if it was an island. I've seen that done, but this is like not. Yeah, this is incorrect. And so if you are paying attention, if you're a viewer paying attention, and so obviously people were, then you're worried about all the other information in this video. And this is why being authentic, like if you're going to use AI as a tool to help you, we encourage that. That's great. But like using it to completely make your content offers these types of pitfalls. If that's what went wrong, I suspect it is. So you have to be careful, because if you break people's trust on YouTube, they will remember that. Your regular viewers stop clicking your videos. YouTube is like, hey, no one's clicking these anymore. I guess I won't promote them as hard. And then you're coming to us and saying, my channel died. What happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we want to continue, or shall we go to the next?
I think we've covered this for long enough. I think we're ready to move on to another channel.
All right, we'll look at gaming channels. There's 452 of them, and we'll say, "Hey, CLAAAW, there are 452 gaming channels. Will you please pick one?" And then we will bring up the CLAAAW.
This is what I think of a CLAAAW right now.
Perfect timing.
Oh, great. Just when I thought I had a moment's peace. All right, let's praise the YouTube subscribe button and dive into this pool of mediocrity. Here's hoping number, let's say 327 is delivering something worthwhile. And don't forget to subscribe, folks. Beating Ford Motor Company is the metaphorical carrot they keep dangling in front of me.
Calling us out now. All right. Let's go ahead.
I can't wait for the end.
What are you giggling?
You'll see.
Yourself in?
At the end, you'll see.
All right.
Good.
SosaPrime. They have over 1,000 subscribers.
This is a gaming channel, right?
This is a gaming channel. That's right.
I've actually seen the sister channel, this SosaPrime, which is a different gaming channel.
Okay, so 5 days ago, 2 weeks ago, so okay, pretty consistent content. We have a recent outlier here, Realistic Stealth at Hillcrest, 16,000 views.
That's the Last
or
of
16
Us,
times
isn't it?
16, sorry, 1,000 views. I think, is that The Last of Us?
I think so. I think they're playing a combination of The Last of Us and Tomb Raider.
Okay, yeah. So why this video with 1,000 views and the other one's not doing as well?
Realistic Stealth at blank. That's a title formula they can replicate because one got 500 views.
Realistic blank at blank.
Realistic blank at blank.
Well,
blank
stealth,
blank at blank.
Yeah, blank blank blankety blank. It would be a great title format for you. It does seem like it does seem like a very like concentrated topic in that video, and it's not super long either. So it feels like I'm going to get like a tip for the game, whereas the other one's like a rank rat king, The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, and then we tried Realistic Stealth again, 535 views at Hillcrest Houses. S rank Savage Starlight Run, and is that Last of Us?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. They've removed the text from their thumbnails as of recent.
Yeah.
And I would say that was a good choice. They were kind of just doing a Tomb Raider series before this.
A Let's Play before us, yeah. And then, look, more The Last of Us Part 2, Gas Station Petrol, Realistic Stealth.
You really are giving Hillcrest Street what for.
Yeah, they are the leader of a very specific part of a game on an individual game.
Yeah. When I see stuff like this, I really think it goes beyond just like a simple titling structure. I think these videos feel a little bit more like when you put Realistic Stealth, Realistic Aggression, I think it's more of a commentary now. It's not just a Let's Play. You're saying, hey, this is realistic, whatever it is. It just feels like there's more to the video. It's hard. I'm rambling a lot, but it does feel like there's something else that's going to happen besides part 4 of a Tomb Raider Let's Play.
The superpower of this channel, as it's growing now, is they are the stealthiest gamer on The Last of Us Part 2. So let's lean into that. Like, where else can you stealth the game to excess, to extremes that are interesting this growing audience? So if you scroll to the top down, at this point, I wouldn't be worrying about trying to pitch perfect rankings in the game of Last of Us Part 2 or like the Let's Play, which you kind of doing here and there. I would be leaning into the stealth aspect of it, and I would probably be taking individual clips from those videos and putting them into shorts as well.
That, and then I would say you could try the opposite. Can you play this game? I've never played this game, tragically. Can you play this game without any stealth at all? So, like,
You've never played The Last of Us?
No.
Either one?
None of them. None of the remasters.
You haven't played Last of Us?
No.
Whoa.
Bro.
That's the biggest revelation of this channel audit.
You're not a gamer.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not a gamer. I've also not ever seen any Jurassic Park movies.
I also feel like, so Rob, I think I know before I run, we can't be his friend anymore. I feel like
what?
I feel like
all right.
might scare him too much.
99% of Jurassic Park films are rubbish.
Okay.
But the first one, Dan,
First one's amazing.
Seminal, like life changing.
Eventually,
everybody sing with me.
Anyway, so since you guys have played it, do you know? Can you go in guns blazing in Last of Us?
No.
Interesting. No, you cannot. It's
Because
not even
you
an
haven't
option.
played the game. You have no idea what you're talking about, Dan.
I'm trying to give tips on like cool, dumb ways to play the game. Hold on.
Dumb ways to play the game. Play the game, Dan.
Yes, but dumbly. I think it's fun to. I think it's fun to go
Dan,
into.
If you play The Last of Us, life will find a way.
Yeah.
And you don't understand any of what I just said there. And
Exactly. He
Travis's
combined
powers going out.
Two things in one sentence, which was powerful.
Yeah. Good job,
Jeez.
I guess.
I can't go on.
All right.
I'm done.
Well, I apologize to SosaPrime, who we've given no valuable advice to at all. All right. Well,
you
I've
never
ruined the
host this live stream again, Dan.
Look,
until you've watched Jurassic Park.
You have to.
Jeez.
Well,
here, look. I sent you something, Dan.
Okay.
You got to play it as like a.
I have to play this?
No, not that. Trust me, not that. I sent you a thing, and it's like, it's just that's kind of a closeout thing. If we're closing out, if we're not closing out, then
we're about to close out. I just wanted to see, real quick. Hey, CLAAAW, can you please sing the Jurassic Park theme song? I just want to see
you bred
who sung it
raptors?
better. Here we go. I think it's Mad.
Here we go, indeed.
Oh, I see. Brilliant. Not only am I expected to do all this grunt work picking out channels, but now I'm also supposed to be a jukebox. Newsflash, I'm a CLAAAW, not a karaoke machine. Now let's get back to the program. And remember, even an AI CLAAW wants to give Ford Motor Company some YouTube competition.
All right, well.
Quite
that's
right, quite right.
Every time I've asked an AI character to sing, they refuse. Every single time.
It's interesting.
Okay, so thank you for watching this live stream. I'm sorry I ruined it and upset everybody. I think I've offended and upset every single person in the room. So now that's happened, Travis has written and performed a song to play us out.
Something like that.
Live stream happen now. Dan and Travis, no doubt. Building up channels, y'all. Gonna make Vidic stand tall.
This is VidIQ.
Using likes never time, making content that's so fine. Bigger than before, crime time. YouTube's the game we play. Hitting milestones every day. Analytics. Tags on fake subscribe.
Hey, what? Dan!
I didn't do it.
Our tags were on fleek.
It was, you gave me 30 seconds of music.
No way. Oh, it's not done. No, I sent you to a link to a page. There's still 2 more lines.
Oh, well, that's all it had, which is probably merciful because now we can end the live stream for real.
Terrible.
Thanks, everybody. It was fun for someone.
Dan, you do this every time, right? It's double playing the music because of some silly thing you're doing.
It's because of the sharing of the screen still.
Claudia, you're fired. Fixed.